The Christmas Post! Hot off the press, newspaper delivery, morning edition! The Christmas Post!
You're early this morning, Hank.
It's Christmas Eve, Patty. Your newsstand is my first delivery, and I wanted to get an early start. I still got a lot of shopping to do.
Well, from the looks of Main Street, you're going to have plenty of company.
Yep, looks like it's going to be a good sales day for you, too. Everybody's looking forward for the Christmas edition of the Holmesboro Post.
Well, I can't do anything without my newsies. Where are those kids?
Hey, I think I see them looking in that candy store down the street. Let me give you a hand. Hey, newsies! Papers are in, let's go! Well, that ought to do it. You have a Merry Christmas, Hattie McGee.
Same to you, Hank.
Read all about it. Christmas headlines, that's why we shout it. We've got to boast, we've got the most Christmas news in the Christmas Post.
Christmas Eve, miracles are yours for the asking. The unexpected happens when you believe in faith. So anything can happen today. Anything can happen this time of year. Everybody knows it's a season. Anytime or any place you might hear them say.
Heartbreaking story. Christmas special has tale of glory. It's news to read, it's news indeed. It's all the news that you'll ever need.
Anything can happen right here, right now. Have a little faith and believe that everything is gonna work out somehow, some way. Yes, anything can happen today. It's a time when angels can appear to us, and the love of God is so near to us. Once upon a midnight clear, there was good news that everyone should hear. Anything can happen, anything can happen. Anything can happen, anything can happen. Anything can happen on Christmas Eve. Miracles are yours for the asking. The unexpected happens when you believe in faith. So anything can happen. Yes, anything can happen. Anything at all, anything at all, anything at all can happen today.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la. Join the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la.
Thank you. Sorry, folks, but it seems that each Christmas Eve is noisier and busier than the last one. I used to wonder why everyone is in such a hurry on December 24th. Well, I don't think it's because they're out buying last-minute gifts or trying to get home. Nope. Somehow everybody knows that miracles are in the air today, and everybody senses they might be a part of it. Why, take Sam Gillespie and his caroling group here. Well, actually, this is the entire congregation of the Central Avenue Community Church, about 6 blocks over. Yup, you heard me, all 8 of them. Inside one year, their pastor got called to a bigger church across the county, and everybody else decided it took too long to drive downtown to go to church. These folks are the only ones left. Sam was the head usher. First to arrive, last to leave. Everybody got so used to shaking his hand on their way out. Well, after a while, folks just started to call him pastor. He refused to take the title reverend, so he became Brother Sam. In spite of all their problems, they're still helping with the annual singing Christmas tree at the town square. You know, it's the one that all the churches in town sponsor. Yes, and they're out caroling again this year, trying to raise money for their soup kitchen and keep their doors open. They could certainly use a small miracle, maybe 2. And here's another establishment that's always trying to get more people to come through its doors. Herzog's Department Store, the oldest store in Holmesboro, Indiana. I should know. My newsstand has been here almost as long as the store has. Oh, things sure have changed since Elliot Herzog Jr. took over for his father 5 years ago. Folks used to say nobody had more Christmas spirit than Herzog's. But now, well, this place could use a heap of miracles. And there's no better day for miracles than Christmas Eve. After all, it was on this day when the biggest miracle of all happened long ago. Yes, and I reckon there's a bit of that first Christmas miracle waiting to rub off on us. Guess there's only one way to find out. As you were.
La! We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oops. Sorry, folks. I almost forgot. These are the 2 you should keep your eye on this Christmas Eve. That is, if you can get them to slow down long enough. This here is Alice Garfield. Oh, nobody seems as out of luck or as full of faith as Alice Garfield. She's a 2nd-grade teacher, but she's taken a seasonal sales job here at Herzog's to try and make ends meet. This is her 3rd Christmas alone. Her husband, Frank, was killed in action at Okinawa. But Alice has never looked back. She just keeps looking up and moving ahead. Oh, and over here is her daughter, Katie. Only just at the moment, Alice doesn't know it. She thinks that Katie spends each day at the neighbors with her younger brother, Scott. But Katie has taken a seasonal sales job, too, selling newspapers for me. And I reckon both of them are dead set on a collision course with a miracle. I wonder if it'll be today. Guess there's only one way for us to find that out.
Oh, hi, Addie. Like my new disguise today? Nobody knew it was me, not even Sergeant Buchanan.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't, because if he did, he probably would have arrested you for impersonation. Impersonation of a man with very questionable taste. Where did you find this outfit?
In the attic. It was my grandpa's. Grandma used to hide a bunch of his clothes in our house.
Well, I can see why.
She said he was starting to cause accidents.
Well, you're going to cause an accident if you're not more careful. I declare, Katie Louise Garfield, if your mother ever finds out you're sneaking away from Mrs. Schuster's every morning and working for me, she'll ground both of us.
Well, she won't find out. Mrs. Schuster's in on it. So's my brother. I told him if he snitched, Santa will leave him a stocking full of cut-up worms.
Well, for a 4-year-old, that might not be much of a threat.
Besides, it's my last day. Mrs. Schuster knows I'm doing this until I earn enough money. I want to buy Mom that locket in Herzog's window. You know, the one she wants so much. But it's just gotta be a surprise.
Well, your mother's going to be surprised, all right. Now, hurry up and get your curls under this cap.
I'm sure glad you hired girls. All the other newsstands in town, they only wanted boy newsies.
Look, as far as you're concerned, you are a boy newsie. All you girls are. Just keep your hair under this cap.
All right.
And remember, no freebies. Last week you gave away more papers than you sold.
I'm sorry. Some people, they didn't have any money.
Oh, they didn't have any change, Katie. It's not the same thing. Oh, you're too soft-hearted, just like your mother. Listen, love, you'll never make much by giving things away.
I'll remember.
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Excuse me.
Bless you, honey. Are you getting a cold?
Oh, don't worry. I always sneeze in threes. I'm probably just allergic to Grandpa's coat.
Oh, that's... No. Understandable. Put away that handkerchief. Use your sleeve.
Okay. Is that what boys do?
Among other things. Oh, and it may help to say, so's your old man, a lot.
So's your old man.
That's right. And spit, just occasionally. Gracious, your mother's headed this way. You better skedaddle. Here, hold your bag up, hold it up, and good morning and Merry Christmas, Mr. Garfield.
Merry Christmas to you, Hattie, and excuse me. Newsboy, just a minute.
Christmas post, ma'am? Here, it's on the house.
Oh, yeah.
So's your old man. Merry Christmas.
Oh, gosh. Merry Christmas. Hattie, I think you better start teaching your newsies some manners. Also some business sense. You'll never make much by giving things away.
So I've heard.
That newsboy seemed familiar. Would I know him from somewhere?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. You look confused, dear. Would you like some hot tea?
Oh, thank you. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for today. First, I dumped the insides of my purse all over Main Street, and then, well, I guess I really must be seeing things. I could have sworn I saw my father walking down the street a bit ago, but that's impossible. He's in Chicago, and we won't see him till New Year's.
Oh, it's probably just the bustle of Christmas Eve. You know what they say. Anything can happen, including a miracle or two.
I could use both of them.
Still short in the cash department?
Oh. I took this sales job on pure commission. Boy, was that a step of faith in the wrong direction.
Here's what they say about steps of faith. You can only take one at a time. You'll see. Everything will work out eventually.
I can't wait for eventually, Hattie. I have until 5 o'clock today. Then, poof, like Cinderella, everything disappears. My extra job evaporates, and my extra paycheck becomes a pumpkin. And what am I left with? A 1934 Studebaker with a busted carburetor and 2 kids with empty stockings.
Empty stockings. You don't mean that.
Oh, no, I don't mean empty. Empty. I just mean empty. I can't get the special gifts. Scotty wants one of those yellow chrome-lined pedal-powered cars at Herzog's. And Katie had her heart set on a bicycle. Except she stopped mentioning about 2 weeks ago, right after the car died. Now she keeps dropping little hints about how she doesn't really need anything and that her room's too crowded as it is. She's something pretty special.
Oh, it runs in the family.
Excuse me, ladies. Merry Christmas to you.
Brother Sam. The caroling was beautiful.
Oh, and such enthusiastic participation.
Yes, well, that's one of the advantages when your entire congregation is also your choir. Makes for a perfect church attendance at every concert. They just get a mite confused when it comes time to applaud.
Well, your nativity scene is still on for this afternoon, isn't it?
It is indeed. I have the frankincense right here. Pardon me, Alice, but I found this money over at the bus stop just a few moments ago, and Sergeant Buchanan told me that it was probably yours. He said something about a slight mishap.
Sergeant Buchanan never was very good at filling out accident reports. Keep the money, Brother Sam. Put it in your collection bucket for the soup kitchen.
Alice, are you sure? You know, the church is
I'm
able
sure. I'm sure there are many more people that need it far more than I do, especially today.
Especially today. Well, you will come see our Singing Christmas tree tonight. You know, we will be giving away food and clothing and toys for any family in need.
I don't think I'm quite that destitute. Well, not yet, anyway. But I'll try and be there. I know Katie and Scott would love it. It's just I'm not sure how late I'll be working. It's my last day.
Well, I'll be sure to save you a spot in the tree. Now, what happened over here?
I dumped my purse.
Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
Oh, and the top of the 24 Toyota.
Hello again,
Good
Sergeant.
morning, Sergeant, again.
Could I offer anyone a jelly donut this morning? Special flavor, peppermint.
Oh, it's good to finally see you, Sergeant, and your rations. I was beginning to worry.
Oh, not to worry. You know, I've been up on patrol since dawn, Mrs. McGee. You know, I like to make sure the bakery is secure before it opens. But now that the business day is about to begin, I've got the precinct on alert for looting and riot control. After all, it is Christmas Eve, and anything can happen today.
I keep hearing that.
Oh, say, preacher, that was a fine bit of warbling back there. What do you think you could get your folks to sing when Irish eyes are smiling?
It's Christmas, Sergeant.
Oh, okay. How about the wedding of the green?
I'll put in your request. Goodbye,
See you
everybody.
later. Oh, Hattie, I need to use your phone to check with headquarters. I've got some undercover men in a manhole at the corner of Central and 43rd. Oh, and Alice, I'm glad to see your dad's in town for the holidays.
You saw him too?
Never looked better. Tell him to stop over some night this week for some donuts and a game of canasta. Boy, that man sure knows how to dress. Hello, O'Shaughnessy. Buchanan here. Did you pass out the gas mask this morning?
I don't think I'm ready for today.
Quiet! 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 You guys aren't listening. Now, I mean it. I really need your help today. I think my mom's on to me. So I've got to trade Main Street for somewhere else. Anywhere else. Volunteers? Thanks, Kelly. I'll take Central and you take Main. And everybody else, give me a little secret sign. Like this, if you see my mom coming, okay? Now, what do I have to earn today? Trudy, you're my treasure. What's my total? Oh, didn't know I needed that much more.
And I can't believe how much more I need to earn in just one day. I really want to be able to buy those gifts. My kids have such faith in me. I can't let them down.
Gotta get my mom that present. I'll just have to try harder.
Nobody's trying harder than I am, Hattie. But I just can't get ahead. Fact is, I can barely keep up. Seems I'm always short on money and long on debt. Hard times I remember, good times I forget. I'm full up with troubles, I'm fresh out of time, and all I've got is one more day to find. A little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer. A dream that won't vanish, that dares to last. A little more future, a little less past. Believing in Christmas, this Christmas may be tough. When believing in Christmas just may not be enough. So if a little more faith could find its way under my Christmas tree, there'll be a little more Christmas this Christmas for me.
See, I've got to come through. My mom deserves it, especially this year. Seems she's always finding worries and losing sleep. Smiles come once a day now, laughter once a week. I know she thinks Christmas is in short supply, but she's got me and I've got plans to mine. A little more Christmas dream that won't vanish, that dares to last. A little more future, a little less past. Believing in Christmas, this Christmas may be tough. When believing in Christmas just may not be enough. So if a little more faith could find its way under my Christmas tree, there'll be a little more Christmas this Christmas for me. Today I'll find a way to make her dream come true. Just wait and see. Today, tomorrow will change, 'cause I know that she is counting on me for a little more Christmas at Christmas time this year. A little less heartache, a little more Christmas cheer. A dream that won't vanish, that dares to last. A little more future, a little less past. Christmas, this Christmas may be tough. When believing in Christmas just may not be enough. So if a little more faith can find its way under my Christmas tree, there'll be a little more Christmas, a little more Christmas, a little more Christmas
Look sharp, step lively, everyone. Store opens in 10 minutes. We don't want to miss 1 minute of sales today.
It's my supervisor and the sales staff. Look at me, Hattie, at 5 o'clock face, and it's not even 9. Oh, I wish I felt ready for today.
You're ready, just one step at a time.
Okay, gang, time to hit the streets. I'll be right there. I think I see my first sale headed this way.
And remember, minions, Herzog's means quality. Herzog's means quantity. Herzog's means quiet. Thank you.
What a paper, mister? Christmas Post. Just a nickel.
Ah, how quaint. An example of American entrepreneurial enterprise in miniature. Observe staff, the shrewd trade savvy of Maxwell Q. Selden. And so, my little fellow, what special deal are you prepared to make me so I won't take my nickel to another merchant?
Here's your paper. It's free.
Wait a minute, kid. That's not a special deal. That's just stupid.
So's your old man.
Staff, this is not the sales technique we employ at Herzog's. Remember, we make customers buy things they never knew they wanted with money they never knew they had. It's a mission of mercy. It really is.
Good morning, Maxwell. Hi, everybody.
Mrs. Garfield, late again as usual.
Late? I'm early. I was here before anybody.
Obviously, you forgot about our 8 o'clock staff meeting this morning at J.C. Penney. We dumped 10 gallons of eggnog in front of their entrance. Whoopsie-daisy! Quiet!
Maxwell, you know I can't get anywhere by 8. I can barely get here by 9. I have to walk, remember? My car is broken and I didn't have the money to repair it. So I had to take this second job. If I don't get my car fixed, I may lose my first job. I have a mortgage and pile of bills every month, and now Christmas.
Yes. The road of life is just full of bumps, isn't it, Mrs. Garfield? But with or without a car, I still expect you to be on time and in line by 9. And even though this is your last day with us, and we're going to miss you too, if you can't cut the Herzog mustard, you can always choose to take early retirement.
You mean quit? I can't quit. I have 2 kids who depend on me. Haven't you ever had to depend on someone, Maxwell?
No. Nor have I ever been a dependee. Life is a lot easier when you only have to count on yourself. It's a very simple number to remember. 1.
1? That's all you have on a day like this? On Christmas Eve?
Especially on a day like this. Look at this frenzied crowd gathering. One is all I can keep track of. Now come along, everyone. We have to ready the store.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. May God deliver his richest blessings to you today.
Fine, as long as they don't come COD. Excuse me, Brother Sapp.
Sam.
Oh, whatever. Please, I'm sure the store will make its standard contribution if you'll just talk to our bookkeeper. But right now, I'm in a rush.
No. What I'm just wanting to do is check on the order of events today. You see, according to this schedule here, we'll be singing in front of the store on the even hours, and then on the odd hours at 43rd and Central, and then we're back here again at 4 o'clock with a nativity scene in front of the store. Is that correct?
Look, you can polka with a reindeer as far as I'm concerned. Just don't block the flow of customers. And that goes for you too, Miss Associated Press.
Happy holidays. Want some fruitcake?
I know your game. Just keep those newspapers and kids off store property.
Well, a cheese ball then. May I cut you some?
First bribes, now threats. I can report you to the Federal Trade Commission.
Well, maybe someday you'll learn how to have a real Christmas, Maxwell Selden. Until then, many happy returns of the season.
American commerce in decline. It's not a pretty sight. Otis, get these doors open. And the rest of you shoppers, the store won't open for 10 more minutes. You're like a pack of wild mules. Now back, get back. Now listen here, Father, brother, whatever. We want some peppy carols today, full of zing, plenty of razzmatazz. We want to put people in the mood to lay down the lettuce, not kneel and pray, so stick to the jingle and fa-la-la departments.
I'm afraid we look at Christmas from different perspectives, Mr. Selden. You see it as a season of selling. I see it as a season of receiving.
Selling, receiving, what's the difference? As long as they come in the right order.
Actually, there's a very big difference. You see, the only gift that really matters at Christmas time can't be bought, and it's because it's free.
Free gifts are a quick way to go out of business.
Lucky thing for the world that Jesus didn't share the philosophy.
Well, Jesus obviously never knew how to market Christmas.
Maxwell, Jesus is Christmas.
No, I'll tell you what Christmas is. People are Christmas. Thank you. Those people, the American consumer, gullible fools, all of them. And with all due respect, Rev, on Christmas Eve, they'd rather be shopping in a store, not praying in church.
I suppose, in a way, you do have a point there. Those people out there are what the season's all about. All the more reason we'll be out in front of the store singing today. You know, there's a lot they need to hear.
So you'll keep things peppy, right?
Oh, peppy, lots of joy, trust me.
And modern, make it very today.
Modern, very today, lots of news. As a matter of fact, good news.
Perfect. Maybe you'll steal some of that paper peddler's business. All right, staff. The store is primed. Everyone to your posts. Mrs. Garfield, Miss Dexter, to your posts.
We were just rearranging the jewelry display in the window.
Toys, Mrs. Garfield. Your department is toys.
I remember. Try and keep your eye on that silver locket, Nadine. I know I won't have enough money to buy it, but I sure would miss looking at it.
Ready, staff? We've got approximately 2 minutes before Mr.
Ahoy! Arriving at 0900 hours off the starboard bow.
Mr. Herzog arrives. He's early. Of all days, this is the day he's early. And he's already inside the store. Okay, everyone, get in position. Display the merchandise. Now look happy. Oh, no, too artificial. Look humble. Oh, that won't work. You'll never sell anything. Look aggressive. No, too angry. Look religious. Oh, come on, Brother Spam.
Sam.
Whatever. Look like you want to sell something.
But I don't want to sell. I want people to receive.
Here. Receive. Everybody, sing.
What do we sing, Maxwell?
Something, anything. Make it peppy. The first thing that comes into your head.
What's this?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Herzog.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, not the best choice.
If this is a surprise party, there has been a gross miscalculation. You do have the correct date of my birth in the captain's log, don't you, Mr. Luckett?
June 17th. An act of Congress couldn't change it.
Well, if anyone thinks this is June 17th, they're in for a rude awakening. Miss Plunkett and I have been here since dawn, double-checking the inventory. And I expect every one of you to meet your quota and unload your cargo to your stations.
Oh.
Not that way, Mrs. Garfield. To starboard, to starboard.
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, I mean, aye.
And Mr. Selden, a word, please.
Aye, aye.
Brilliant maneuver, Maxie. That's using the old brain.
Well, at least I've got one.
Double check the inventory. Hey, Sam, how are you? It's okay. The boss barks at everybody, just like a poodle.
It's been 2 weeks and I can't get my bow and my stern straight.
Hey, it's been 2 years for the rest of us, darling. He was only in the Navy for 5 months during the war, you know. He never saw a day of action. He just sat on the cargo freight in San Diego. I think he's compensating for missed opportunities.
Well, he certainly runs a tight ship.
Ha! Things will run any tighter around here, we would all die of asphyxiation. Everything is run exactly the way my father did it when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. Ha! Please. Old man Herzog used to run a store that put the customer before the almighty dollar, especially at Christmas. And everyone in Holmesboro said no one had more Christmas spirit than Herzog's.
Well, what happened?
Herzog Jr.
So let's have no more slip-ups, Captain Selden, or you'll find yourself back in the galley where you started.
The warehouse, sir? You wouldn't.
I would.
You couldn't.
I could. It took us 3 years to put you in charge of sporting goods and 4 years to make you sales manager. It would only take 1 minute to send you back to heaving boxes. So I'd better see some pucks and putters flying off of those shelves. Do I make myself clear?
But it's not my fault. Mrs. Garfield missed the staff meeting, and then she started arguing and displaying a most uncooperative
I
attitude.
said, do I make myself clear?
Aye, aye.
And the rest of you, I want your sails hoisted and your rudder straight. It's full sails ahead. I especially want everyone to seize any opportunity to push these stick horses and paddle balls. We're overstocked, and today is our last day to get rid of them. So no matter what a child thinks he or she wants, make them buy these instead.
Oh, but that's not what Christmas is about. Children need to wish for one special present. We all do.
Mrs. Garfield, there is only one thing that Christmas is about: selling surplus. So everybody better move them, or you'll find yourself getting moved right out the door. Any questions?
Yes, I have.
What do you want?
I have a question.
And who are you?
Father Sam. Sam, Brother Sam. I'm from the church a few blocks over. I just wanted to check on the schedule.
Holy United First Tabernacle Family Singers or whatever. Well, sing anything you want, anywhere you want. Just make it peppy, stay away from the door, and at the end of the day, we get 10% of your take.
10%?
That is the correct figure, isn't it, Miss Plunkett?
Unfortunately.
But Mr. Herzog, that collection money is going to help nourish and clothe people. It's not at all
Which
meant
is
to be...
precisely what I am in business to do as well. Just like my father did when he founded Herzog 42 years ago. You see, son, I don't run a store. It's a vessel of life. And I'm the commander, so it's everyone better get on board, or it's every man for himself. Do I make myself clear?
Aye, aye,
I'm the admiral of retail, and I sail the sea of trade. In my captain's log I detail every blessed cent I've paid. From stem to stern I go on a will, and I hourly review it. From fore to aft, it's a thankless task, but someone's got to do it.
And you're the man to do it.
I labor willingly with this philosophy. It's a big heap-ho for the profits grow when your ship and crew are tough.
Aye, aye.
Give a loud ahoy, for in my employ the policies get the great stuff.
It's a loud ahoy for in case employ. The policies get the green stuff.
The green stuff? You mean to tell me that your only motive is to make money? Mr. Herzog, you can't mean that. Not on Christmas Eve.
Especially on Christmas Eve. Why, it's the biggest sales day of the year. We even have a cash and carry policy. No cash, no carry. Yes, sir, Daddy would be proud. It's a day for cash transactions. Regulations must prevail, and the buyer's satisfaction must not interfere with sales. No refund clause, no fa-la-la-las. I trust everyone agrees here. No credit woes, no ho-ho-hos. After all, my middle name is Ebenezer.
Your middle name is Ebenezer.
Yes, sir, and proud of it. If Scrooge were here right now, I'm sure he'd take this vow. It's a big heave-ho, for the profits grow when your ship and crew are top. Aye, aye! Give a loud ahoy for my employ. The policy is at the great stop.
It's a loud ahoy for his employ. The policy is at the great stop.
Mr. Herzog, I know I've only been working here for 2 weeks, but surely you could bend the rules for one day, and especially a day like Christmas Eve.
Change the rules? Violate regulations? Not on my command. What are you trying to do, Mrs. Garfield? Incite a mutiny?
Well, no, of course not.
Then get back on board. Everyone to your post. It's rough seas ahead. When recession winds are blowing and the ship is miles from shore, all employees must keep rowing. Everyone must pull his oar. Unless we dock with a whale of a knot and a great big surplus anchor, one day you'll blink and the store will sink. And I'll be the one who sank her.
You'll be the one who sank her.
Now cut that out. That day won't come, you see.
It's always harmony.
It's a big
People for the profits grow when your ship and crew are top.
give a loud ahoy for my
Employ the policy's at the great stop. It's a big people for the profits grow when your ship and crew are top.
give a loud ahoy for my
Employ the policy's at the great stop. It's a big people, the profits grow.
a loud ahoy for my
Employ the policy will guarantee that we get the great stop.
The store casts off in 1 minute.
We'll just man the door. Everyone else batten down the merchandise. I'll take the wheel.
Wow, that's reassuring.
Oh, stuff a stocking in it, Dixie.
Alice, I better get out of here before the stampede. I mean the tidal wave. You'll come see Nativity, won't you?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it. 4 o'clock, right?
As far as I know.
Okay.
You'd better abandon ship now, Brother Shrimp.
Whatever.
What a great day. There's money in the air. I can smell it. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Shopping, shopping. We are shopping, shopping. Shopping, shopping. Christmas shopping, shopping. Last minute shopping, shopping. Till we drop.
Excuse me, could you tell me where the return department is?
Shopping, shopping. We are shopping, shopping. Shopping, shopping.
Bye.
Christmas shopping, shopping. Last minute shopping, shopping.
Shop.
Till we drop.
Excuse me, could you tell me where the return department is?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm new here. I still don't know.
5 rows back, on the left behind
Shopping, shopping.
Thank you.
Shopping.
What's wrong with me, Dixie? It's already 10 o'clock and I barely saw the yo-yo.
Well, you gotta have some faith, kid, and push a little.
What do you mean?
Shopping, 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 shopping,
Right,
shopping.
See what I mean? You gotta start selling.
I guess I'm not so good at selling.
There you go. Let them know you're selling.
Okay, here goes.
Excuse me, is this the return department?
Shopping.
Not a chance, buddy. Nobody returns Maxwell Q. Selden merchandise. Now, move out of the way. You're blocking the customer's view.
Just a minute there, Maxwell.
Oh, and happy holidays, Mr. Consumer. Sorry, Mr. Herzog, I didn't see you there. It's a very busy morning.
Indeed, and what's the total?
Oh, well, a lot.
A lot?
Well, a lot more than the toy department.
We'll see this afternoon, won't we? I'd hate to think my sales captain were outsold by a swabby. Carry on.
Aye, aye. Okay, I'll show her.
I'll show him.
Shopping, shopping. Shopping, 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 shopping. The Christmas rush is on again. It's high and overdone. We only have a single day. We pray we will survive.
Bargains. Come and get your bargains.
You don't.
Never find such bargains. Better buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains.
Do either of you know where the return department is?
No! Nice try, Alice, but your little gimmicks aren't gonna gain you anything.
Except this Kyle Silly.
Oh, no dice. Prepare yourself for an epidemic of buyer's remorse. You're going to see every one of those items back at the return department.
Did somebody say return department?
No!
All right, kids, the day is almost half over. How much have you sold? Is that all, Katie? What about you?
Only half a bag.
Well, that's not enough. Not for a paper like the Christmas Post. Now, I taught every one of you to yell from Main Street to Union Station, right? So let me hear some of your... That's the way!
That's right. Read all about it. That's right. Gotta shout it. Get your Christmas Post.
Is this the return department?
That depends. What do you got?
Top of the afternoon, tell your brother Sam. Say it's about time for your nativity, isn't it?
It's about 4 o'clock, 1 hour from now, if there's anyone here to watch.
Your collection bucket is empty. Say, have you ever thought about giving away free donuts?
I think that could be sticky, Sergeant. I think we'll be fine as long as...
Singing, singing. We are singing, singing. But no one's listening, listening to our singing, singing.
But we'll keep right on singing. We'll sing, sing, sing.
The Christmas rush is on again. It's murder on the beat. The minutes and the hours fly. We're dying to compete. Bargains, come and get your bargains. Never seen such bargains. Better buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains.
The store closes in 5 minutes.
5 minutes? But it's only 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock is when we always close on Christmas.
But you can't.
Herzog's can do anything.
Aw, tough break, Mrs. Garfield.
I
want to see something break, Nancy.
It's not great.
Shoppers, time for your last purchase.
Bargains, come and get your bargains. Never seen such bargains. Better buy from me. I'm gonna sell these bargains. Bargains, never seen your bargains. Never seen such bargains. Better buy from me. I'm gonna sell these
Does anybody know where the return department is?
Thank you very much for shopping at Herzog's department store. We know you had a choice of merchants, and we appreciate your patronage. Now, Merry Christmas, bon voyage, and please vacate the premises by 1600 hours. That's now.
We are leaving, now we're leaving, see us leaving, till we're gone.
Oh, never mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. You may pick up your pay envelopes and your Christmas bonus on your way out, but only one salami per employee. And we'll see you back here at 9 sharp on the 26th.
Oh, that's 8 o'clock in front of Sears and Roebuck's. And don't forget the eggnog.
Mr. Herzog, couldn't you keep the store open for a little bit longer, especially when there's an emergency?
And what might this emergency be, Mrs. Garfield?
Me! I'm the emergency. I've been working on pure commission, and I just about had the money I needed to buy my kids their special gifts. That yellow car over there, and the red bicycle in aisle 10. Oh, please, Mr. Herzog, 1 more hour is all I need.
Mrs. Garfield, I am sympathetic to your plight, but there is simply no way that Herzog's could remain open 1 minute past 4 o'clock. We have always closed at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and we always will, just like my daddy did when he founded Herzog's 42 years ago. Case closed.
Oh, kid. It's all right. He's got the facts right, but not the whole story. Old man Herzog did used to close the store at 4 o'clock to throw the biggest Christmas party in all of Holmesboro, and everyone was invited, including all those people that Brother Sam and his friends are trying to help.
When did we all lose sight of what Christmas is about?
Oh, probably when we all lost sight of who Christmas is about. Come on, kid. There's a salami with your name on it.
Last call, all ashore. Who's going ashore?
Wait a minute, everyone. Alice, what in the world's going on here? The store can't be closing right now.
It can, and it has.
But it's only 4 o'clock.
And 4 o'clock is when we always close on Christmas Eve, just like my father did when he founded Herzog's.
Yes, I know it has in the past, but I thought this year would be different. We were scheduled to do our nativity scene in front of the store at 4.
So go ahead. We haven't closed the sidewalk.
But what's the point when there's no one to watch? Look around. The street's practically deserted.
Well, I'm sorry your box office is down. Maybe it's your wardrobe. Now, excuse me. I have to get home and change into my civvies. I have some last-minute shopping to do.
You mean you don't shop at your own store?
Never. The prices are too high. Besides, we're closed.
Oh, come on, kid. Chin up. Remember what tomorrow is.
Christmas. Another excuse for paying the American worker a day's wages for not working. Must be the goodwill toward Man Claus.
You know, Maxwell, I bet the only thing that you find underneath your tree tomorrow is a safe deposit box. And I hope you'll both be very happy.
A match made in heaven, I assure you.
Well, I guess the star just didn't shine bright enough to get us to Bethlehem this time. We'll have to try it again next year. Hattie, we'll be singing just a bit further down the block. And Alice, I'll be certain to save you a spot in the tree tonight.
Thanks, Sam. Bye, Brother Sam.
Goodbye. God bless. Come on, guys.
So much for taking a step of faith, Hattie. Even one step at a time, I fell flat on my face.
Well, now I wouldn't call this much of a fall exactly. Maybe more like a stumble.
Call it whatever you'd like, but the fact remains that it's Christmas Eve, and I've come up short. Just 1 more hour, and I would have had the money I needed. But instead, zip. The day started with nothing, and it looks like it's going to end with nothing.
Seems I heard somewhere that faith is the evidence of things not seen.
I sure don't see anything. I don't know how anybody can get any faith from that.
Well, you still seem to be operating from the notion that seeing is believing. I think you've got it backwards. Believing is seeing. Anything can happen on Christmas Eve. Miracles are yours for the asking. The unexpected happens when you believe it may. So anything can happen today. It's a time when angels can appear to us, and the love of God feels so near to us. For unto me and unto you, Christmas offers a miracle or two. Anything can happen right here, right now. Have a little faith and believe that everything is gonna work out somehow, some way. Yes,
Excuse me.
anything
Can you tell me why all the doors at Herzog's department store are locked?
I'm afraid it closed at 4 o'clock.
Oh, no. No, this can't be happening.
What's wrong?
Oh, I had a present on layaway for my daughter. A dollhouse. You know that one big special present? I've just ruined her Christmas. She had such faith in me. I let her down.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I work at Herzog's. I'm not sure how, but I'll find a way to get you in.
Oh, lady, you're a lifesaver.
Herzog's may have ruined my Christmas, but I'm not going to let him ruin everybody's. Don't worry, sir. All I need to find is the key.
Old man Herzog gave it to me years ago for emergencies. And as I recall, you are an emergency.
Today, I'll find a way to make her dream come true this Christmas Eve. Today, tomorrow has changed, 'cause I know that she is counting on me. Look, mister, I found the key. I can open the doors to Herzog's now.
Herzog's is open!
Oh, wait a minute. I was only opening the door for one man.
Oh, 1 more hour and I would have gotten the money I need.
That's right. Herzog's is open. Special last minute madness sale. Hurry, shoppers. 1 hour only. It's your last chance.
Shopping. We are shopping. Shopping. Christmas shopping. Last minute shopping. Shop till we shop.
Alice! The store doors are open. There's people in here. You're selling. People are buying. What in the world's going on?
Isn't it wonderful, Brother Sam? I believed something would happen, and it did. I'm going to make the money I need, and your nativity scene is back on.
Glory in Excelsis Deo. We're on our way. Let's go.
Shopping.
When the sun is on again, in hallelujah night, we only have a single day. We pray we will survive this
Shopping. We are shopping.
Merry Christmas.
Shopping. Christmas shopping. Last minute shopping. Shop.
Mrs. Garfield, what is the meaning of this?
Maxwell! Dixie, what are you doing here?
Well, when I saw 2 men running down the street with a canoe from my department, I knew something was afoot.
Oh, it's a Christmas Eve madness sale. Old man Herzog would have loved this. Count me in. What do you say, Maxwell?
Are you out of your...
Can I have some help over in sporting goods, please?
I'll be right with you.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not selling my snorkels and rackets. You want to play in the big leagues? You got it.
You don't have a prayer.
Well, that's all you got.
Well, maybe that's all I need.
It's over, Garfield.
It's just begun, Selden. Everybody in your corners and come out swinging.
Shopping.
Bargains, come and get your bargains.
get a bite from me under the southeast
Great day, Morgan. What's going on here?
You were right. Anything can happen today.
Anything can happen. Nothing and rising. I know it. I got to call the bus. I tried to warn them. Surely I did. But does anyone listen to my bill? All right, you can. No, they don't. Thank you much. Hello. Mr. Herzog, this is Sergeant Buchanan. Well, you better get over to your store quick. It's all right, sir. You're being loud.
It is now 4:45 on Christmas Eve. And may I simply say, for the record, that in the 42 years since my father founded Herzog's, nothing like this has ever been done like this before. And God willing, nothing like this will ever be done this way again. I demand to know who is responsible for this lawless disregard of policy and tradition.
Me? You can't be looking at me. I was trying to stop it. I was the solitary voice of reason in a world gone mad. I battled tirelessly to bring an end to this carnage. I put my life on the line, sustaining a painful and cosmetically damaging bruise on my left shin.
Oh,
Then
stick a snorkel in it, Maxwell.
It was my doing, Mr. Herzog. A man needed one more gift, a special gift. Apparently a lot of other people did too, including me.
I see. Well, Mrs. Garfield, it seems there is nothing left to do but fire you.
Oh, no, please don't.
Now, wait just a minute, Mr. Herzog. You can't do that.
And pray tell, why not?
Well, for one reason, today's our last day. And besides that, the store closed at 4.
That's true. But then Mrs. Garfield opened the store back up until 5 o'clock. And since there are 12 minutes left for extended employment, it's terminated.
Oh.
And what's more, I'm keeping all of her wages thus earned to pay for the damage.
Oh, Mr. Herzog, please don't do that. If you do that, I won't have a Christmas tomorrow. I may not have it tomorrow, period.
It's a little late to be thinking about that now. Come on, Sergeant Buchanan. We have to file a report at the precinct offices around the corner. And I only hope that Daddy never has to see this.
Mr. Herzog, wait a minute. Are you sure you want to fire Mrs. Garfield? I mean, don't you think that's a bit extreme? What I want to say is, it was her fault, certainly, but taking all her money? After all, doesn't everyone deserve a Christmas morning? Couldn't your policy change just this once?
Which question do you want me to answer?
All of them, I guess.
All right. Yes. No. Not necessarily. Then you're out of your mind. Come on, Sergeant.
Well, can they finish me jelly donuts first?
Sergeant!
Oh, okay. They only got peppermint on one day.
Mr. Herzog, to reconsider. You have no idea how much was riding on that money for Alice.
I tried. Didn't you hear me try? After all, I'm not my brother's keeper, or my sister's for that matter. We're all a lot better off if we just learn to take care of ourselves.
I'm sorry, everything seems to be such a matter of self-interest for you, Maxwell. Even Christmas. By the way, here's the 10% of our take, as Mr. Herzog put it. I'm afraid the collection wasn't much, but good things always seem to come from it. You know, you might want to stop paying so much attention to price tags. They're not good indicators of what something's worth.
Oh, come on, honey, buck up. Today's not over with yet, and anything can happen.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm through with things happening, and I'm going to call it quits before I ruin everybody else's Christmas.
Alice, everything you've done today has been for one reason, to help someone else have a better Christmas. God always honors a giving heart. Sometimes he just takes a little longer than we planned.
I'm sorry, Brother Sam, but I'm out of time, and just about everything else. For the past 3 years, all I've done is ask God for more faith, and it seems to me he keeps saying no. Look at this catastrophe around me.
That may be part of the difficulty. You see, it's always easier for us to keep our eyes focused on our circumstance and not on God.
That's right. And child, that is one recipe for disaster. Why? Look at Mary and Joseph, or even the shepherds and kings. If they'd sat around with their miseries and thought about nothing, except how impossible their situation was, well, where do you think they'd have ended up? Not in Bethlehem, I can tell you that. Well, they didn't understand all of God's plans either. Fact is, they didn't even have a map. All they had was a star and a promise. So listen here, Lamb Chop. You don't need more faith. You just need to start acting on it. Nobody ever got to Bethlehem without a little forward motion. No more steps of faith, kid. I think it's time to take a leap. Are you ready? Don't give up. Don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, he's watching over you. Night and day, he's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in.
Don't give in.
When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, he's watching over you. Night and day, he's telling you to keep the faith. Remember when the king threw Daniel in the lion's cage without a single means of self-defense? But Danny had a simple faith that calmed the lion's rage. So breakfast didn't come at his expense. When morning came, the king was sure that Danny boy was gone. But there Dan sat with all those cats. His faith had made him strong. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, he's watching over you. Night and day, But Jesus strolled across the waves and called out, "Come to me." And boldly Peter gambled, getting wet. The mighty faith of Simon Peter, suddenly it shrunk. 'Cause when you take your eyes off the prize and each have your song, so don't give up, don't give up, don't give in. Oh, when the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep faith. Oh, when Daniel walked the water, he had faith. So when you don't feel like trying, keep the faith. Oh, when Peter walked on water, he had faith. So when the going's tough, you've gotta keep the faith. When your days are full of doubt, you need faith. So, sister, keep on shouting, keep the faith. The power that defeats the grave, the power God Almighty gave, that's the power that will save you from distress, from despair. If you have faith, so don't give up, don't give in. When the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. So don't give up, don't give in. Oh, when the going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. Well, the Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day He's telling you to keep the faith. Keep the faith.
Mrs. Garfield, what are you still doing on store property? I thought I made it perfectly clear that your employment with us ended exactly 4 minutes ago. What are you doing standing on the furniture?
Well, Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know. Mr. Herzog, there's something you should know.
And what's that?
About your policies and the way you run the store and Christmas. It's a lot more than the grease stuff, and it's a lot more than cash transactions and regulations and salamis. And well, if you don't take a leap of faith once in a while, you'll never get to Bethlehem. And I think there's such a thing as running too tight a ship.
Mrs. Garfield, what are you talking about?
Your ship's too tight, sir!
What is she saying, Miss Plunkett?
Well, just what everybody's saying.
And what is everyone saying?
Oh, Mr. Herzog, what a simply wonderful idea to hold the Christmas Eve madness sale. Such excitement, such savings. Why, it's just like the old days at Herzog's.
I'll say, I haven't done a whole lot of shopping at Herzog's recently, but I certainly will from now on.
Oh, well, thank you, I think.
Well, it's a pleasure to patronize a store that puts the customer before the almighty dollar.
You can say that again. Are you going to be doing anything special for a madness sale on the 26th?
I'm not sure. That is, the policy hasn't been established. Just a minute. Maxwell, what's going on here?
I'm not sure.
Brother Sam, what's going on?
Sometimes God takes a little longer than we planned.
Shoppers, I apologize for all of the earlier confusion of the afternoon. But concerning the so-called Herzog's Christmas Eve madness sale, there's nothing more to say except...
Junior!
Daddy?
Hello, Elliot.
Before you can say a word, I can explain everything.
I'm not sure you need to. I've been hearing the whole story from half of Holmesboro.
Really? That many?
My telephone hasn't stopped ringing for 1 solid hour. New customers, old customers, even the boys down at the 47th precinct. All anyone can talk about is this Christmas Eve madness sale. Seems to have turned this store and this town upside down. So, I only have one thing to say.
I've weathered many a storm and gale, sir. Fire away.
Brilliant sales strategy, son. I didn't think you had it in you. I know. I promised not to interfere when you took charge 2 years ago, but I just had to come down here and say, ship shape.
Oh, well, I'm surprised. I mean, it should come as no surprise that I would institute a marketing campaign that would so capture the spirit of the season. Well, I met with some resistance at first, but I alone stood firm, insisting that regulations not stand in the way. Well, actually, there was someone who offered some assistance. Dixie Plunkett, my faithful bookkeeper. And Brother Sal and the Holy Shouters Band helped to keep... Well, actually, it was a group effort. Every single customer helped to... All right, it was Alice Garfield's idea.
I had the feeling someone else was involved. Congratulations, my dear. Whatever gave you the inspiration?
Well, I was just trying to buy a special present for someone.
Well, yes, that's what this store has always been about for 42 years. Well, I am certainly proud to have someone like you on Herzog's staff. Aren't you, son?
Yes, sir.
Does that mean I still have my 2 weeks of salary?
Well, of course it does. As a matter of fact, I was hoping you'd stick around next week for the after-Christmas sales. You got any brainstorms for the 26th?
The 26th? But that'll be too late. I need the money now. Yes, Mr. Herzog, I do have a brainstorm.
What are you talking about?
We'll have a sale now. After all, we still got 10 minutes till 5 o'clock, and we haven't moved very many of those overstocked paddles and stick horses. We'll offer them at a special price.
Well, we already tried half-pricing them.
No, double the price. Half the proceeds can go to Brother Sam's soup kitchen. All the toys can be given to the needy families at the singing Christmas tree tonight.
That is the most irresponsible, atta-brain, unprecedented
I love it.
I love it.
Well, carry on, my dear. I know that I'm leaving the rest of Christmas Eve in good hands. Well, I must run. I've got an appointment at the Christmas tree with my grandchildren. And so do you, Elliot. Father, I almost forgot. Here's a note from Amanda reminding you to buy an angel for the top of the tree. Now, don't you disappoint my favorite granddaughter. She's got a lot of faith in you. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, and God bless your new year.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, Daddy. 10 minutes. We've only got 10 minutes to sell our entire stock of paddle balls and stick horses. Where's my staff? Maxwell, Otis, Nadine, Patsy, Dixie, Shirley, you.
In your dreams. We are all officially off duty. Looks like there's only one salesperson left.
I do have 10 minutes left of my extended employment.
One salesperson for all this?
That's right. And remember, she's on commission.
Remember, everyone, the service starts at 5:30. Just follow our congregation over here. We'll see you there.
Get your Christmas Eve special, double the price, give it away! Spread some hope on Christmas Day. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. When that going's tough, that's just when faith kicks in. The Lord will see you through. Yes, He's watching over you. Night and day, He's telling you to keep the faith.
Dixie, have you ever seen so much? So much
Green stuff?
Yeah, green stuff.
Goodbye, green stuff.
Oh, and it's certainly gratifying to know that most of this is going to Brother Sam's soup kitchen. And after Alice's commission, well, the rest can be used for any damages, starting with this captain's log.
But the captain's log isn't damaged.
Well, just take a closer look. Great day in the morning, and who left this peppermint jelly donut in accounts receivable? Whoopsie daisy. And I think we need to do something about this whistle.
That's damaged too.
Well, just take a closer look.
I see what you mean.
You were right, Brother Sam. If you keep your eyes focused on your problems, you'll never see past them, even when God's there all the time.
And it's a good thing he's so willing to wait for us no matter how long we take. Excuse me a minute, Alice. Maxwell, are you okay? You've been awfully quiet.
I'm just double-checking the inventory. You know, a big sale on Christmas Eve. Got to take stock of where things are.
Yes, Christmas Eve certainly is a great time to do that. It was quite a sale, wasn't it?
Boy, I can't get over those people. Paying double the price for something they didn't even want and then giving it away. They're,
gullible fools.
That's not what I said. This time. Sam, about earlier in the day, well, some of the things, all of the things, what I want to say is, boy, what do I want to say?
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. That's all you need to say. Don't worry about it. So, you about to head home for Christmas?
Well, I'm sure not going to spend the night in this drafty icebox.
No, I mean, are you going to spend Christmas with your family?
My family has moved on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
The Depression killed my parents. First Dad, then Mom. Watching your folks both work themselves into an early grave tends to color your perspective. I swore 10 years ago that I'd never be poor and that I'd never let it happen to me. And so far I haven't.
Well, were the times with your mom and dad happy ones?
Always.
Then you really weren't poor.
What are you talking about? We were one step away from being destitute, especially at Christmas.
Let me tell you what colors my perspective, and especially at Christmas. That at the center of our most expensive holiday is a child who entered the world homeless, wrapped in rags, and, well, destitute. Sometimes I think he came that way so people like you and I would listen to him, at least when he talked about what brings real success in life. Like when he said, what good would it do you to gain the whole world, yet lose your soul?
Not to worry. We were never in any danger of gaining the world. When it was just Mom and me, half the time we didn't know where the next meal was coming from. At Christmas, she'd have to take an extra job, just so I'd have something under the tree. But I always did. I always had at least one special present every...
Maxwell, you're more than welcome to join me and my family tomorrow for Christmas. It sure is a lousy time to be alone.
According to whom?
Well, God, for one. Don't you see it, Maxwell? That's how this whole thing got started. We weren't doing too well on our own, and he decided we needed some help, and he became one of us. He even took on the name that means just that, Emmanuel, God with us.
That's a comforting idea if you live in a world made of nativity sets and Christmas cards. In my world, people leave. People die. And you'd better learn to take care of yourself.
Yes, people are always going to let us down, and eventually we're going to die. Those things are fairly certain. But you know, I'm even more certain of the fact that Jesus came to take care of both those issues.
What, with a manger?
No, not just a manger. You see, Christmas was just the very beginning. Start at the manger on a cold winter's night. Look for the star in the sky, then follow its light.
It leads to a Savior for a world that is lost. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. Start at the manger, at the child in the hay, the gift from our Father in heaven, the price he would pay to save all his children, no matter the cost. Start at the manger, then go to the cross. Imagine that you own the wealth of the world, all of its silver and gold. What good would it do when tomorrow arrives and your heart is empty and cold? Start at the manger, where redemption began, when Jesus stepped down from his throne to die as a man. All of our riches, we will count them as loss if you start at the manger, then go to the cross. Start at the manger, then go to the cross.
The invitation for tomorrow still stands, you know. You know, if you're not doing anything now, why don't you come on down to the town square and see the singing Christmas tree?
The town square will be packed. One more won't make any difference.
One more makes all the difference. Well, I better be going. Now, you have a Merry Christmas, Hattie McGee, and you better hurry or you're going to be late for the singing Christmas tree.
Bye, Sam. I'll be there in a bit.
All righty.
Sam, wait a minute. Here's the 10% back. Put it back in the original offering. That's where it really belongs, okay?
I wish you'd come deliver it yourself.
I've got plans. Maybe next year.
All right. Well, 5:30 if you change your mind. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye-bye. Whoa, little lady. I about ran you over there.
Sorry, Brother Sam. I've got to get to Hattie's right away. It's almost 5 o'clock, and Herzog's is going to close.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. That store is having a real hard time staying closed today. Now listen, you go and give your mom the best Christmas of her life. You hear?
I will. Bye, Sam.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Maxwell. Here's a little something from me to you.
Really? What is it?
A cheese ball. Without the knife.
Well, thank you, I think.
You could eat it now, or take it with you to the singing Christmas tree at the town square. 5:30 in case you forgot.
I didn't forget. I've got another engagement. Fact is, I'm running late.
More than you know. Happy holidays.
Hattie, I sold every one of my papers, and no freebies. Well, maybe a couple. But I think I've got enough money. I've just got to have enough money.
Well, let's count it out and see.
Aren't you through adding things up yet, Dixie? I've got to have the right amount of money.
I'm counting, darling, I'm counting. Don't you see the smoke rising from my fingers?
Ladies, I leave you to drop anchor and lock up. And we'll see you, Miss Plunkett, and you, Mrs. Garfield, on the 26th. Daddy said he'll be stopping by to see what new brainstorms are brewing.
I'll be there, and so will my brain.
That's what I was afraid of. Well, good evening and good work, Mrs. Garfield.
Really?
For a swabby, you can really pull an oar. Carry on.
Aye, aye. Okay, now count it once more, Dixie.
can't be the right amount. I'm so close. Add it up again.
All right, but I've already figured it twice.
Oh, bother. I forgot the angel for Amanda's tree. Now, where am I going to find an angel at this time?
Oh, Hattie, it's beautiful.
Remarkable. I didn't know you carried Christmas ornaments at your newsstand, Mrs. McGee.
There's probably quite a few things you've missed over the years, Mr. Herzog.
I'm beginning to find that out. So, how much for the angel?
How much more do you need?
$1.83.
$1.83.
That's an odd price.
Well, let's make it an even $2 then. That's very normal.
All right. It is a beautiful angel. I'm lucky I found one.
It's Christmas Eve, Mr. Herzog. They're everywhere tonight.
Yes. Here, Elliot. A little something from me to you.
Why, Mrs. McGee, your window reed.
Well, I know how much you like that green stuff. So, now, you better hurry home. There's a tree and a very anxious 5-year-old waiting for this angel.
All right. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas, Elliot.
$2 whole, Hattie. I made it. I've got more than enough.
I'll go get your pay envelope, honey.
Hey, that's quite a sales technique you got there, kiddo. Maybe I should take some lessons.
Hi again, mister. I'm sorry I threw that paper at you before. I was kind of in a hurry.
That's okay. So was I. Say, could I ask you a question?
Sure.
You don't actually believe angels are real, do you?
Of course. I know they're real. Heaven, too. And God and angels and Jesus.
How do you know?
I'm not sure. I just know.
Well, you can't see them, can you?
No. But I can't see the wind either. And I know that's real.
Yeah, but you can see what it does to leaves and to trees and things and other people.
Yeah, and I guess that's how I know God and angels are real. Heavens of things and other people. Well, you know, like today.
Yeah, like today.
Mom calls it faith. I just call it like I see it.
But you can't see it.
Well, I'll see angels one day. Heaven too. But not until I die. My dad will be there, and both my grandmas, and Jesus too. Mom says it'll be better than a million Christmases.
Katie, if the wind is that strong and you and your mom and so many people feel it, why can't I?
I don't know. Maybe you're too bundled up. Or maybe you're just facing the wrong direction.
Here's your pay envelope, Katie. Now you better hustle if you want to buy anything more today.
Thanks, Hattie. Bye. Merry Christmas, mister.
Maxwell, do you know what hour it's getting to be?
The hour. Oh, I've got to run, Hattie. I've got an engagement. Bye.
Bye.
Was that 5:30 off Central or 6?
5:30. 5:30. Well, didn't I tell you folks miracles were in the air today? One right around the corner, another at Town Square. Yup, I told you so. Oh, that first Christmas Eve miracle just keeps rubbing up on all of us. Godspeed, Maxwell Selden. I think you're going to have a real Christmas this year.
On behalf of all the churches of Holmesboro, we want to welcome you to the 1947 presentation of the Singing Christmas Tree at the Town Square. Lift up your hearts as our tree comes alive with the sights and sounds of Christmas.
In excelsis baby boy is what I see, formed by God so perfectly. Yet I know your destiny was planned before eternity, but you'll be mine a little while. I'll watch you play, I'll see you smile. So rest your head, be still, my child. I'll sing for you a lullaby. Soft little baby, precious son, promised one. Lullaby, softly I praise you. Close your eyes while I sing this lullaby for a king. You'll be a king of royal line, like morning sun. Your throne will shine. The kings and queens of earth will bow, but in this quiet moment now, Lully, soft little baby, precious son, promised one. Lully, softly I praise you. Close your eyes while I sing.
And suddenly there was with the angel a great multitude of the heavenly host, praising